The first side of Antonio is, this person's name. We can do this. The second side of Antonio is you getting on my nerves that you're not doing this because I know that we can do this. And you're going to get both sides today. I can assure you, you're going to get both. You're going to get both sides. Because people who pay attention, right? Well, some of you've been grandfathered into the influencer speakers because of ATS Plus, right? Mm-hmm. Your ass ain't take no classes. And this is what it is. This is exactly why. This is exactly why when it's time to charge, you charge. This is exactly why. This is exactly why. And it has nothing to do. Let's examine for a moment what has my panties in a bunch. They're in a bunch because you ain't taking what you can take. And you ain't got nowhere else to go to get what you prayed for. And what you prayed for showed up. And you still fulfilling scripture, the poor will be with you always.
Mr. Smith, mm-hmm. Mr. Smith, mm-hmm. you just got to keep, you done already punched me a couple times. You going to keep punching me in my face?
I am. Today I am.
I'm just checking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today I am. With my little wild howl over my head right now. I ain't even trying to do nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? No, seriously. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at all. We're not talking about money. Mm-hmm. Not my money. We're talking about your highest expression of yourself. We're talking about you said, God, please. God said, you said, later. And the universe likes speed. And I'm talking to every single person. Nobody's y'all have seen me over and over. I don't exempt myself. Nobody's exempt. So this morning, I put out an email. If you look at it right before the call, what the subject say. And I titled the YouTube video the same way. Tell them what it say, Grace.
It says, if this lecture from me doesn't make you 5 to 6 figures in 30 days, then I am a fraud.
That's my energy, Law. If this one thing don't make you 5 to 6 figures, 30 days, I'm a fraud. I'd rather you unsubscribe. First off, you benefit me when you unsubscribe from my newsletter because I pay for a lot of people. So the more you unsubscribe is the less I got to pay. So that actually benefits me. Let's just keep it all the way real. It used to hurt my feelings when I first started. Mm-hmm. Now I'm like, thank you for saving me money. I do appreciate you. Because people are never going to all the way be on board with you, and that's fine, but you're supposed to be on board with your dreams. Now that you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be on board with your dreams. And if you, and I'm not just talking about y'all, at this point now, there's more people that watch on YouTube now because they like the replay, like Damali's one of them, sometimes with the kids, she goes back and watches the replay. I know Tempest watches all the replays because I know when she does it because she texts me when she does it. Yes. Say it on the mic.
Damali texted me yesterday talking about, dang, first 5 minutes of this esoteric call, we ain't shit. But then, he right though.
well, here I go again. Here I go again because you ain't. And it's not your, well, Grant Cardone says it. He said it this way. Remember I told you, I showed the video, the success. He gave his definition of success, and it is the gap between your potential and your reality.
And she left out that I said he ain't lying though.
Yeah, she said it. She said it when the mic was off. The gap between your potential and your reality, and that's what hurts. That's what hurts. Now, are you gonna like me after this call? That just depends on your level of of character. But at least all of you understand, watching now, listening now, watching through YouTube or later or on podcast whenever it comes out, at least you know God wouldn't have you here if you weren't supposed to be here. At least you know that much. You would have been too busy to interact with this energy. I'm going to let Robert Kiyosaki talk to you for a brief moment. I need you to be prepared for the next 20 minutes to watch videos. I'm going to show 2. Okay. The next 20 minutes, watch videos. Whether you pay attention, that's got nothing to do with me. If you multitask, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Here is what I'm telling you. I bet on myself. And I wrote an email this morning. And I told Deanna what the email sound like. She said straightforward. I said, yeah, it's time. I'm finna start being all the way me in these emails to y'all. And in the email, I literally say unsubscribe. I'm betting on myself. If you're not the kind of person that is willing to change $547, here's the email. You can look at it yourself. Okay? I'm betting on myself, blah, blah, blah. Forget all that. This is the most important paragraph. I don't give a damn what you're talking about. This is the most important paragraph. Right here. This is the most important paragraph. And I bolded what you needed to pay attention to. Grace, read that.
I will be real with you. This full course with over 300 hours of teaching is $547. I am the type of person who will trade $547 for $1 million every time. In fact, I will trade $547 for an even exchange for $547 each time because I can sell fries with that and make 100% profit on the second sale.
Now, I don't care where your $547 goes, but we all know sometime this month, $547 plus is going to go to an entity or to a person that doesn't give a damn about you.
Yeah.
So you say what you want, but we all know that you're going to spend $547 to GMC that ain't going to never help you. We know this. Whatever it is, your landlord don't care. Whatever it is, but you asked to be great. And then from my observation, every single time y'all have the opportunity to be great, you say, I'll do it tomorrow. So here's what I want to tell you. I keep telling y'all that we, top 1%, want y'all right where you at. But I guess when I say it, it has no effect, not because, or a little effect, not because you don't believe me. Nah, you do. That has nothing to do with me being black. You don't care about that. Has everything to do with the fact you got too much access to me. And since you do, the weight of those words don't carry its power the way it should. So don't pay attention to what I have told you. Let's just listen to 2 millionaires go back and forth. In fact, let's listen to 2 conservative I'm trying to be nice. 2 conservative didn't vote for Hillary. There you go. Millionaires break this down. And if you are not paying attention, let me help you. Baby boomers, you're screwed by your government. However, you the one screwed yourselves. That's the part I always leave out. Baby boomers got into power when I was born. Y'all were baby boomers, but you wouldn't know. You are currently being killed by the laws of the people y'all voted in the 80s. That's just what it is.
True
Okay?
that.
That's just what it is. That's not something I do. And we don't get to refute historicity. Y'all voted yourselves in, and now you're paying for it. But the fortunate thing is, by the time you're dead and gone, those laws are going to have generational ramifications. You understand? Generational ramifications. I'm telling you all, we don't get, when people like me come talk to y'all, my job is to shut up and keep you where you at. I'll come back. Let's break it down. I'm not gonna break it down. Let me let white folk talk to y'all. Y'all like that. Let me do that.
The most obsolete idea is go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, get out of debt, and invest for the long term in the stock market. See, why would you save money when they're printing trillions of dollars? The gap between the 1% and 99% is massive. You see, it's not just money. You have to step back and look at the bigger picture.
So what do you do?
In every one of us is a poor person. There's still a poor person inside me. There's also a middle class person, and the middle class persons want security. They want that steady paycheck. And there's a rich person. And they're all inside of us, except that it's not taught. You're taught to go to school, get a job, and get a paycheck. You're not taught to how to get rich. If you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, my rich dad refused to pay me. He said the paycheck was one of the most damaging things you could take in your life. He says the moment you take a paycheck, you're an employee, and that's the mindset. So my rich dad never paid me. It drove my poor dad, government employee, nuts. You gotta pay people, you gotta pay people. And Rich Dad was not saying that the paycheck was bad. He says you didn't want to be a slave to money. So as an entrepreneur, if Rich Dad folded, I just started another company. I don't need a paycheck. I don't need anybody to take care of me. If my government doesn't like me, I move to another country because they need entrepreneurs there. So the entrepreneur is not so much the business. The entrepreneur is really the mindset and the skill sets and the different set of rules. You see, I don't operate, small business does not operate in the same rules as big business. Entrepreneur is a mindset first, a skill set, and rules. And depending upon whether you're an employee or a small business, the rules are different. The mindsets are different, the skill sets are different.
If you could say one thing to somebody who's never been an entrepreneur and they're thinking about making the leap of faith into becoming an entrepreneur, what could you tell them?
Well, I'll just tell them the same thing that happened to me. My last paycheck, I still remember it clearly. It was one of the worst and the best days of my life. And I was in Puerto Rico. I was working for Xerox, and my boss gave me my last, it wasn't a paycheck, it was a bonus check. I think it was about $30,000 taxable. It's the only problem with that. So I got this check and I went, holy mackerel. You know what I mean? So I was excited, but I was also disturbed. And so this other guy comes up to me, his name was John, and John says to me, he says, you're gonna be back. I said, why? He says, because you're gonna fail. I looked at him and said, look, few expletive words, because that's what he did. He left Xerox, failed, and he came back. And I said, look, you failed and you came back, but I'm gonna fail and I'm never coming back. And that's the attitude. Do you know what I mean? If you say, well, if I fail, I'll go back to mommy and daddy, then that's what you'll do. So if you fail, that's when I became an entrepreneur, because I had no money. I had no money for years. I didn't have a paycheck. But that's what my rich dad encouraged me to do. He says, when you don't have this paycheck, you get hungrier, smarter, and it's a test of your character. Will you become a crook? Will you become dishonest? Will you cheat and steal? Or will you become a better human being? So really, that's the benefit of becoming an entrepreneur, is you really find out who you are when you don't have anything. So you always have to look at the big picture. Too many people look at, well, what's going to happen to me? When you look at the big picture, you're also going to know that when something bad happens, something good's going to happen. but you got to prepare for whatever is coming. If you think next 20 years will be like the last 20 years, you're going to get creamed. You know, when you and I go to the supermarket and we buy a carton of milk, we always check for the expiration date. But most people do not check for the expiration date on their brains. Instead of get out of debt, I get into debt. You know, I just refinanced $300 million in debt. I went from 5% to 2.5% interest. I made a fortune. Every month, more money comes in because my cost of money has gone down. So while some financial experts are saying get out of debt, I'm saying learn how to use debt. See, when I came back from in Vietnam in January of '73, the first thing my rich dad said to me was go to school to learn how to invest in real estate. It wasn't real estate, it was how to use debt and taxes. Debt and taxes make the rich richer. Debt and taxes make the poor, the middle class, poor. So all the rich guys who are doctors and lawyers or, you know, those guys, they're getting creamed and they don't know why.
Doctors are getting creamed.
Oh yeah, they're making more money, but the take home is less.
Sure.
You know, my doctor just yelled at me, he's happy, he says, oh, guess what, I finally made $1 million. And I said, yeah, this was just 3 weeks ago. And so I said, yeah, well, how much you pay in tax? He says, $750,000 in taxes. So his net was about $400,000. That's not bad. But when I make $1 million, I keep $1 million. And the reason is because I don't make it by working for money. See, if you work for money, you're taxed. So that's why lesson number 1 in Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the rich don't work for money. What we do instead is we create businesses as entrepreneurs. We acquire real estate. I don't invest in the stock market. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. I got more. Now, let me give you the other side of Antonio. I need y'all to get this together. I do. There is, if you look out and examine the critiques about me from people who don't know me, people who've never taken a class, or people who've been here, got mad and left. All their critiques come from they don't understand what the hell I'm talking about. Now, where it flows from in themselves, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant for this conversation. It's irrelevant for you. It doesn't matter. That's their experience. That is their perfection. They're perfectly living their experience. But I don't get paychecks. And if I love you, I don't give you paychecks. See, that just messed your head up. It just messed your head up. I know it did. I know it did. I do not. Just the people around here ain't been paid in years. But then when they get paid, they don't get paid. They get a whole profit share. That's not a paycheck. You're not listening. See, the whole time I said that for 30 seconds, you think it's something negative. No, I'm saying, here is this product. Here's this money. First 100 yours. Second 100 yours. You know what that is? Money that can't be taxed. Y'all not paying attention.
Amen.
You're not paying attention to how I operate. And then there are folk get a paycheck.
Antonio, I have a thought experiment for everyone.
Holler at me.
Everyone here who has a paycheck, just take a moment and think about your monthly income, whatever it is. You want to do it weekly, do it that way. Multiply it by 24. That's the figure that you've earned. Where the fuck is it? That's the thought experiment. What do you have to show for it? Now, we can do the same experiment with Antonio. So you can be like, Antonio, how much did you earn in a month? And he'd say, I don't want IRS to know. He can, in his head, think of that figure. I guarantee that he too doesn't have a bulk of it. It's gone. But what do you have to show for it? Assets, funnels, businesses, developing businesses. You see, ultimately, whatever it is, you earn it by a paycheck or by a business, the money is going to go away. It's literally impossible to start it up, especially in today's market when you're being bombarded with over 1,034 advertising messages every single day. Impossible to keep your money. But what do you want to have to show for it after a year? You want to be in the position you're in now, or you want to be in a position Antonio is in?
It really is that simple. It really is simple.
Antonio,
Yes, ma'am.
you know, I learned in a really difficult way that I was not going to work for a paycheck for the rest of my life. You know, what's going on in Ukraine right now and the nuclear power plant? Well, that was my first job, power plant.
Wow.
I wrote this morning on a post. I worked at this plant. I grew up in the shadow of the Cold War's largest targets, a top secret premier uranium enrichment plant in Piketon, Ohio. Take a moment to reflect on why there were F-14s screaming over the hills of Pike County to enforce a no-fly zone when we were growing up, and many of our dads worked there.
Yep.
A crazy man could put millions of innocent at risk in 2022. My dad worked there. My dad developed the handling of uranium. My dad. And I worked there. And I've shared this before, that there were different protocols at my desk when there were different bells and whistles that went off. And when you heard it, you knew which protocol to take. One, you know, just close everything, put everything in the lock, and you had to check it 3 times to make the lock go through the whole locking procedure. That was minutes. So everything had to be locked up, anything that had any information. I worked on secret information.
Wow.
So then there were, you know, so it went down by the, you know, how much time risk there was for you to stay there. The last one was drop everything and run like, you know what, and get out.
Yep.
And we had a place we had to go.
Yep.
And then we came back in and, you know, everything back. And then, you know, the next day, oh, we need you to go pee in a cup. And we would go stand in line, pee in the cup, and never know the results. My dad died, retired, and developed lung cancer, and died within 3 years of retirement. It came out later, years later, I guess in the, I don't know, the early 2000s, that so many people died of cancer that worked there. And so I went to the Senate hearing meetings and in Ohio and wrote a letter, and I made sure that my mom got reimbursed for the death of my father, which you can never replace that amount of money. But I watched him suffer.
Right.
And many others. So, you know, just think of really all the suffering that you do by working at a 9 to 5. You do have health risks because of the stress and everything else, and the lack of being able to even take time off to take care of yourself and go to doctors and things like that. All those kind of, you know, and then mental and physical and relationships with your family and your children. So it's just not the paycheck. It's all the things that you are giving up, your total freedom. So that was the ultimate for me. That was really the beginning of, you know, this isn't what I want. And, you know, that was a big factor in pushing forward as an entrepreneur.
Great. Let's unmute our mic and clap for her, please, because she's highlighting some stuff.
No doubt.
I'm grateful that she said that, because y'all need to respect. There's no age on what I'm talking about. There's no gender. It didn't care nothing about her father or her. The saddest part I heard in that.
And
no, go ahead, Ibrahim.
I just wanted to say that people have to understand the kind of pioneers the humor consultants were, both Phil and Susan. Because now you've got proof of the ability to make income consulting by talking, all of that. You can see it. You can go on YouTube and see people making millions doing this.
Yep.
You have proof of concept. These guys, like Susan, was so disheartened by living paycheck to paycheck or getting a paycheck to begin with, that she literally bet on herself. She's like, hey, on one hand, we've got like a job and a career. On the other, I'm just going to be like, hey, we're going to be successful because Phil's got jokes.
Yep.
And she bet on the latter. She's like, yeah, there's nothing called a humor consultant. Doesn't exist, but we're going to make money doing that. I'm going to bet on that instead of paycheck. And you guys have like proven funnels, proven systems that make money for other people, and then you're not betting on yourself. So why do you then deserve the same level of fulfillment, joy, success, and self empowerment as Susan and Phil? They took a much bigger risk.
Yep.
You're being asked to take a fraction of that risk with proof of concept already there, and you're not taking it. And then you wonder why you cannot be as empowered as these guys, or as rich as these guys, or as happy as these guys.
And don't forget, that's the 80s. No, they were born in the 80s. That's me. And that's when we was watching Wood Mahoney. He was the sexiest guy in the 80s.
I can't believe it's not Buttercup.
No, Officer Mahoney.
Mel Gibson.
No. Police Academy. That's what we was watching. Police Academy. You know, I say, yeah. You know, that guy he's the sexiest guy in the 80s. You couldn't get sexier than him. I forget his real name. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Officer Mahoney. Everybody know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's when they were called punks in the streets. They had the little purple hair and the little spikes and stuff. Yeah, that was Phil and Susan. Everybody was a punk. If you wasn't going with the system, eating your TV dinner and paying your taxes, you was a punk. You was a menace to society. You weren't supposed to be no entrepreneur in the 80s. You're right now, you're living in the entrepreneur golden era, right? Where it's cool to do that. Pay attention. Listen, whether you buy from me or not is irrelevant for me, because I don't have my prosperity tied into your belief in me or your hesitation in yourself. I would never put my prosperity in the hands of another person. It just never happened. Nor do I expect y'all, and I'm not just talking about y'all here, everybody listening, to buy from me. Nor do I need you to, because it's far easier for me to continue to get paid from traffic. If I reach all these people, might as well keep getting paid from all this traffic. So I never really need you. You put it out there in the chat. I never really need to get paid from anybody. I'm trying to tell you that when they ask why you told them that, that is others in the top 1%, doesn't matter who they are, saying, don't tell them that. We can't have everybody up here. Somebody has to buy from us. This is extremely important for you to gather, that everybody can't be a producer. Now, the truth is that actually can be, but not the way capitalism is set up right now. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a different financial model than what we have right now, or at least change capitalism up a little bit for those things, for those type of things to happen. Again, I'm gonna tell you, every time you know I'm dead serious, I say the same. It comes out, Prophet Jerry. Am I right? No. Am I wrong? Whatever. That's me deflecting because I know damn well I'm right.
That's why you keep telling us that, Bishop. Is because you know you're right. And then when we do, as you say, we might be in our head, nah, that can't be. But when we do what you tell us to do, then he was right. Now nobody's gonna come back and tell you you were right, but they're gonna follow the rules and follow the things that you have said.
Yeah, every time one of y'all listen to me, you make money. You be like, man, I can't. I know. I absolutely know. This happens all the time. I'm not confused in this situation. You are. I'm not confused. I want to show you. I want to show you how real I keep it. Here is the. I think you see the page. Here's the page. Here's Millionaire Influencer Secrets. 111 lectures right now. Okay, it's gonna wind up topping off at like 300 or something, and then this is gonna populate. How many students does it say?
29.
All right, I want y'all to pay attention to something. I'm gonna pull this down a little bit so I can see it. Stupid Zoom thing in my way. There we go. Is this Photoshop? I'm gonna refresh it. See if it's Photoshop, Grace. Is it?
No.
Okay, so this is a real thing.
That's the real
So
thing.
this is the back of what I just showed you.
Yes.
Here's Millionaire Influencer Secrets. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit edit this time, and I'm gonna go in there, and I want to show you something. It's the last time something happened or whatever. It's February 10th or whatever. I have no idea what the hell it is. Right? Whatever. Okay. Oh, that's when it was published. Okay. And it's got 16 revisions. So this is okay. Cool. Watch this. Forget all this. That's all the script. All right. Everybody pay attention. Here's your courses. That's what I can do that. But everybody, hold on. Wait. Everybody slow down. Wait. Uh-oh. This is where I can come through and do some stuff. And I want y'all to see something real quick. I want y'all to see something. Oh, I'll move that. Come back down. Now you come up. Stop. Go. There we go. Go up. There we go. Hold on. I'll stretch it right now. Watch this. Wow. I got to stop. Everybody pay attention because when I get down here, I can fudge those numbers. I can fudge those course views.
Wow.
If I wanted to play psychological games, let me pull y'all up over here so I can see y'all. If I wanted to play psychological games, I could put 2,900 students. Create the FOMO, fear of missing out, and tell you how much everybody else doing and you should be too. Then I can fudge these views. Look, real talk, I can just, you know what I'm saying? I can hit this little counter. Where you want me to go with it? How many you want? You know what I'm saying? What you want? You want 10,000? How many students you want? You know what? Let me make myself look like a big deal. 790,000 or 79,000.
So wait a minute. You telling me that you could just upload the numbers? That's because you built it? Is this because you built it, or is this on everything that we've done?
No, this is because I built it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is because I built
it. Also, that's how Netflix can make any movie a hit or a success. That's right. Literally their word.
That's right. See? But listen, I want y'all to see 29 students. I want you to see the course views go up because I want you to see where we started, and you come back next year and see if we look the way we look. That's the real power of entrepreneurship. To be relatable and an expert at making money. So I can fudge the numbers, but fudging the numbers ain't gonna do nothing but get me money on the front end. But if you continuously see what something costs and how it grows, how consistently it grows, you can genuinely count my money. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is about you, not genuinely. I had somebody, anyway, I don't even want to tell a story. Genuinely, why you keep asking for stuff and saying, I'll do it tomorrow? That's what today is about. It's I wanted to give you lead generation. But to be honest with you, I should have charged you $100,000 for this. I've done it before. There's people here that pay $30,000 plus and still continue to pay. That this is not an issue. This is not an issue. And I don't expect 50% of y'all to get into this, because technically this would be what you call a high-end offer. And so that number would go down to something like 8%. So I don't expect 8 of 100 of y'all to get in here anyway, like mathematically. So this isn't a matter of offended or a matter of this, or this isn't about you buying. I would, if you don't know, I'll tell you, if you've never heard me say it, act up and you're going to hear me say, I don't care if you buy from me or not. You will. If you act up, you're going to hear me say that. Because I've said it before. I've said it. I do not care, because my future is not predicated on how you vibrate when you think about me. I bet on myself every day. So what you do and your perception has nothing to do with me. I'm just reversing the mirror, putting it in your face and saying, why are you not committed to you? That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. 500, like, if let's just pretend you did not have $547. All of you do. Every last one of you are going to spend $547 this month in some organization or something, some water company, some light company that's never going to take care of you. Every last one of you are. You're going to pay for dental insurance, your car insurance. When I just checked my email just now, when I literally just put up my email, put it back up again. This is how much they don't care about y'all. Here's my email again. This is my car insurance. Pay your bill on March 17th. We switched cards. Well, they got regions. We don't use regions no more. I switched everything to Navy Federal. You know what I'm saying? So they got my regions card on file. And they saying, player, we couldn't get our money.
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
You're a veteran. You need a USAA with subscriber savings account like me.
Okay, got it.
Look, you get money off your money when you begin.
Yeah, for real, huh? For real. Listen, them car insurance don't give a damn about me.
They right there in Texas.
Right there in Texas.
And San Antonio. You don't got no excuse.
No excuse. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna handle that today. I'm just trying to tell you that you're going to spend $547. At least, I beg you, if you don't spend $547 on this or some other program, at least save $547 a month privately in some account until that $547 becomes $54,700, and then put it down on an apartment complex, and you'll never have to hear from me again. At least do that. At least do
apartment complex, you saying?
That's it. $54,700 down. We'll get you an apartment complex. I can assure you that. It won't. It may not get you a 300 apartment complex. You can get you a 16. I guarantee you that.
That's my next goal.
There you go. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Because you can borrow $4 for every $1 you put down.
Sure can.
Yeah. Yeah. It's 100. And if you go to any banking institution with $54,000, they do not care about your credit. See, this is the game they don't tell y'all. This is the game they don't tell you. Credit is not the deciding factor if you're going to get the loan. Collateral is.
Yeah.
And you got 54,700 pieces of collateral. So if you can show that you have collateral and you have an asset that is guaranteed or just about guaranteed to protect that collateral, you'll get approved. Credit is not here to help you the way you think it is, or is it here to stop you the way you think it is? Credit wouldn't even exist. It was just some dudes like me, Anthony, and Phil was like, listen, they get money. What are we going to do about this? Well, I tell you what, Phil, you start experiencing, Anthony, you start transitioning. And tell you you got Equifax. We're going to work together. Y'all, the credit was made up by somebody who saw an opportunity. Come on, man. All this stuff is fake. All of it. Every last bit of it is fake. I want to show you something. Don't multitask just yet. I want to show you something. Oh, I sure can. It's actually two of them I would like to post for you. Here's the first Robert Kiyosaki video. Right here. Here's the first one. This is with Patrick Bet David. He's in the most boring industry of all time, insurance.
But I love watching it.
And he is the leader of all insurance people. I mean, he's I don't know how he pulled it off, but apparently
He break down stuff.
Well, no, he breaks down stuff greatly. That second video, Robert Kiyosaki literally tell you how they keep telling him, stop telling y'all stuff. There's both videos right there. They're real talk, because it doesn't, if you think that we want you to, let me just talk to Kim. Kim, if you think that we want you where we are, then why do we keep devaluing your dollar and make it harder for you to get where we are? You're not really critically thinking. Critical thinking is very important. You're not critically thinking about what's happening to your dollar. The mere fact that for some strange reason, what you call them, the phones we used to, pay phones on the side of the road, you know what I'm talking about? It went from a nickel to a dime to a quarter. That makes no damn sense. It's not like these phones needed gas, right? Like the cost of these phones never really went up. The valuation of that quarter kept going down. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't have to feed a payphone.
Antonio?
Yes, sir.
So just on the subject of devaluing the dollar, I have a question. It's usually when you ask this question, the quickest way to find a rich person or a poor person, regardless of their bank balance, okay? You want to know which one is rich or poor, even if they have the same bank balance. You ask them, how much money would it take for you to just go away and stop doing work or whatever, like stop doing whatever you're doing and stop doing anything? And the poor person has a number. The rich person doesn't. The rich person knows. Yeah, because they know that it's literally the value is in the machinery being there.
Yep.
That's why Zuckerberg doesn't retire. That's why Sundar Pichai doesn't retire.
Wow.
They're building the next
really
thing.
good.
Because no matter whatever amount, once you stop, it starts going down because you're spending. And even if it's coming, even if you have 20,000 a month coming from your assets or whatever, it's not going to be the same 20,000 the next year or the year after. It keeps devaluing.
Right.
So it's always about being in the game. So when you ask this question, the poor person just has an answer for it.
That's right. I could believe everything right now. Take the same example. Everything I got 10 years from now will be the money value will be impacted less. You know what I'm saying? But I just sell the asset for 3 times more than the impact of my money. See, it's the income producing asset that keeps me going, not the money that comes from it. If I was to go into my folder right now, I have a list that is just dumb in my folder, my computer. It's called Mega List. It makes no sense. It's disrespectful. And it's okay. Grace got a question. It's called Mega List. It's disrespectful. And I'll show it to you. Here's me. I'm going to share my final folder. Can everybody see this? In my iCloud Drive, in my documents folder, there's something called Mega List. It's just highlight. This ain't photoshopped.
Right. Yeah.
What I'm going to do, you won't be able to see it. Well, let me see. I'm going to get info. And I don't know if you can see that because that's not part of the thing. All right, no problem. So I would share my desktop now so you can see it. Give me a second. Do not miss this. This is exactly what Ibrahim was talking about. I just need to make sure ain't none of y'all social security numbers on my desktop.
Oh, can I ask you my question while you?
Hold on, because this is going to add value to your question. Grace, how much private information I got up here?
Oh, Lord.
Is it all right?
Yeah, because
right,
it's YouTube list and whatever.
I have no idea.
YouTube
some of this?
Yes.
Some over here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
and then a
code.
video. Okay,
that's
cool.
Code.
Yeah.
That's HTML. That's W3 schools. Can y'all see this now?
Yes.
Okay. This is my whole desktop. Everybody look. I'm going to get info. Who knows what a .csv file is? It doesn't matter what it stands for. It's just a bunch of numbers. Yes?
It's an Excel file. It's an Excel file, but just words separated by commas.
That's it.
Comma separated value is the CSV.
That's what it stands for. I'm going to hit get info. How many of you have ever seen a CS file at 1.44 gigs?
Oh my God, that should be impossible.
That should be impossible. You know what this is?
What is it?
2.4 million people's name, number, phone numbers, and physical addresses that Antonio Theodore Smith Jr. owns.
Wow.
I kid you not.
I want 3 million.
And that was actually my point, what Ibrahim was saying. So if I ever go broke, I'll just start selling information. Because it's not ATS.
Right.
It's the data. That CSV file is called Mega List because that's my mega list. It is 2.4 million people. That stuff like that, not the money. You know what I'm saying? It's not the money. It's I own the data and technology. Listen, the
You
money
just made sure you had a ace in your back pocket always.
That's the whole point. That's the difference between what
back in the BBM days. I used to have BBM pins of like multiple girls I thought were interested in me. Well, I knew were interested in me, just in case things went wrong in my relationship.
That makes sense.
This reminds me of that because I had it saved as a text file on my desktop.
Yeah.
Never got to use it, but yeah, mega list.
Yes. Somebody just asked if I reached the billionaire status. I'm not sure yet because I paused the valuation, so I'm not sure yet. And I'll let them figure that out, but later. I'll let them figure it out. We paid like $30,000 for that super duper valuation. I just paused it.
Yeah, he paid $30,000 and just parked it there because even if he has reached the status, he doesn't want to figure it out just now because it would be like announcing mid-air. Like you don't want to announce it when there's Ukraine, Russia, so much going on in the news cycle. He wants to have a strategy to make the most, like to milk it the most. when Kanye reached the billionaire status, and then Jay-Z did, and Dr. Dre did. These are the only three people who did it right. Yeah. When they reached it, they announced it with a bang, and that made their value go up even further.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking he's gonna do it when his coin is out, or something that the public can buy into. When that's out and it gets announced that he's reached that status, suddenly the sales of that specific thing or the value of that specific thing will go up.
What a smart man that is. He told you it doesn't make sense to be profitable for 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? The game I'm playing is to be profitable for 15 generations. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about 15 generations down. Listen, do you like this? No. Do you need to hit? Yeah. Yeah, you do.
And Antonio, and you're doing it with your background, having grown up eating from a dumpster.
Right.
And to dare to dream that big is admirable, because let's be honest, quite literally every single person today who's 15th generation rich did it with the help of slaves. And you're daring to dream to do that when you grew up pretty much practically an orphan.
Yep.
So that's admirable.
Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. No, 100%. Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you. 100%. I'm encouraging. It's Friday. You hear me? Sandra, you're looking like you got a young man off camera. You looking like you're glowing for something. I don't know what it is. Yes. You got some extra cocoa butter on you, though. You understand. I want you.
That's that. I'm getting it. I'm getting
it. That's it. I want y'all to stop playing with your dreams. I do. I genuinely do. I want you to stop playing with your dreams. I want you to get the fortitude, stand up and say, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. And I also want you to stop getting paychecks, but I can't make all you stop getting paychecks. So if you do get paychecks, just be wise. Take that paycheck money. Here's your formula. Only live off of 40% of your income. Be humble. Take the 60% and invest it that way. Your investments take care of your paychecks, so you don't pay as many taxes. You can do tax deductible. Well, just follow your CPA. Secondly,
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
That's exactly how you do it. So now you're making $100,000 a year, but getting back $10,000 tax returns, something like that. But not just that. Then what happens is those income producing assets wind up replacing your paycheck. When Abraham was asking about the thing about the time, I don't have a time when I can retire. It's already done. It's already done. You know what I'm saying? It's what I'm doing now is living my dreams. This ain't work to me. You understand? I show up to these classes every day. And these classes are 1% of my income. Yeah, I'm not paying attention. I don't draw a salary from ATS whatsoever. I don't. The plan that I got us on right now, I'm very last on the totem pole. That's 100% verified. There's enough people here knows this. I do not draw salaries from show. When I show up to y'all, I show up to y'all for free. Think about it. I show up to you, I show up to you for free. The only way someone can do that is they love it.
Antonio.
Go ahead.
So, when I thought I liked coaching,
Me too.
So I started a call and inspired by ATS, and had relatively good success because I had 7 people showing up consistently 3 days in a row. And on the 4th day, I was like, just screw them, just let them go. I literally just shut down my account on the websites on which I was promoting, shut down the page, everything. I'm like, let them wonder where I am. I have nothing to do with them. It's so exhausting to do this. As much as I love hopping on here and just chiming in, to do this every single day at a designated time. I was doing it at a different time than this time, right? I was so exhausted, like, and then someone actually like got to my Instagram, checked like my name and searched whatever. They found out my email from my website and emailed me. And then literally the subject and the first line of the email were the same thing. And it was like, where are you?
Look,
but yeah, man, it's like unbelievable that you're doing this every single day.
Every day.
Unbelievable.
Every day.
And also unbelievable that I thought I would like coaching people.
I know, right? I know. Look, Ibrahim, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. I want y'all to see something real quick. I have a plan, and the plan is huge. The plan is it's insane the way that I think. Well, it's not, I don't know the way I think, just the boldness of my thinking is what's insane. The way I think, there's plenty of big thinkers out there, but I'm bold. I am bold. Pay attention to something, because I've done something that for Ibrahim, he don't even know it. We ain't talked about it. He don't know it. But that's what I'm talking about, though. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, Dolores. I did something for me he don't know. And I got a plan he don't know about. But he should know enough about me to know if I say this is what it is. Until I unsay it, which never happens, I'm going to keep working that path. It's very rare. Wealthy people are as quick, super quick to make a decision. Once you get 100% information, 85% of information, for me, I only need 2% of the information. We make a decision. But we're super slow to quit on that decision. It's the opposite for poor and middle class. Poor and middle class take all day to make a decision and super quick to quit on it. It's the opposite. That's in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. It's called indecisiveness. It's the opposite. I'm going to show you what I did, because this is important. Here's Mexit News. Nobody knows about this but Deanna. Grace didn't even see it. Here's Mexit News. I didn't even ask Ibrahim. I did it because, well, that's what I do. I don't really ask permission. Right? I was trying to think of another word to say, Jerome, but I don't really ask for permission. Then it says staff directory. Sure. Antonio, Deanna, Tempest. Look at that sexy guy right there. Ibrahim Hanif, senior journalist and business correspondent. Watch it. Then when you click him, it goes to his bio. I just stole it from his website. You know what I'm saying? I just stole it from his website. But why? Why, Antonio? Why are you doing this, Antonio? Because I leaked Susan. I remember Susan caught it. I leaked. I'm not playing with Mexit News. Y'all about to get press passes. I remember Susan. I did say that. I leaked it. I remember she caught it. Y'all better get press passes. You've been sitting in front of the White House, all sorts of stuff. I did say that. And I've been working on that the whole time. And then from working on that, Law of Attraction showed me something that I'm very grateful that I got to see. And I'm going to show you real quick. This is what I'm doing. And do not unpay attention to this. Right here is Facebook's journalist resources. We working on this all day, okay? And what this means is, look at it. Safety protection measures, blue badge verification, different kind of searches. It's a whole part of Facebook you don't even know nothing about. And then as you put in your email address, it'll say, give 5 articles. So we're syncing Mexit News to be recognized by Facebook. It's difficult, but we're doing it. We was up all night trying to do it and we got tired, so we come back to it in a fresh mind. And the reason why Ibrahim is there because after you click this, it's going to say, well, tell you what, send us a link to your staff directory page. And then what I'm setting it up to where hopefully we'll see, as long as we do what we're supposed to do, Facebook and Instagram, my goal is to get Ibrahim verified on Facebook and Instagram.
That's incredible.
It's all out there. You just have to know where it is and go get it. Now, see, that ain't no paycheck. Forget all that paycheck stuff. We're talking about share. We're talking about share in profit. That's different. It's taxed differently too. It's taxed differently too. It's important that you get what I'm saying. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you bet on you, people come work for you.
Sir, you're correct.
I paused on purpose. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you bet on you, people come work for you.
Two people sitting in front of you did it.
The two people sitting in front of you did it. Yep. The poor will be with you always. And Ibrahim had nothing to do with that. But I said, doesn't matter. I don't care what Ibrahim do. Ibrahim do whatever you want to do. I expect Ibrahim to go out there and have 50 million clients. You understand what I'm saying? I just got enough confidence in me. I'm going to be his number one client. And if it is someone better than me, I ain't going to like that. So I'm going to scale up in myself and go be the number one client again. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not that I'm in competition. I just want to be the number one client. This is just how I think. It's just how I think. And this is, are you willing to take any amount of money and say, you know what, that's worth that? Sometimes you're going to lose. Sometimes you're going to pay $3,000 for opportunity. You ain't going to get it. So, and if you're a woman, let me tell you something, there's a super double standard between men and women. We don't like to talk about it, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. If you're a woman and I take you out, let's use Law. Law's a woman. He's not a woman, but we're going to use Law as a woman, okay? Let me use a real woman so people get it. Let me use Frida. Frida's a woman. I take Frida out. The first thing Frida's going to do is try to make me jump. So that damn first meal is going to be $300 to $500. That's a double standard. Yeah, that's a super double standard. I'm not telling you not to do that. But when you think about that, you don't know me, I don't know you, to force me or have the culture. I know you don't like this, to have the culture be, I got to spend $500 and we're probably not going to see each other again. That's one hell of a double standard. Because if a man did that, it would be an outcry. Now, I'm not telling you to stop doing it, but listen to what I'm saying. So if you're a woman who has consistently benefited from $300 to $500 dinners on dates, or a man that has consistently paid for $300 to $500 dinners on dates, why are you not paying $300 to $500 for your education? That was just a common sense argument. That was common sense. If you're going to pay $300 to cuddle, you better pay $300 to cuddle on 3,000 thread bed sheets.
Watch it.
You know what I'm saying? That just, some of this makes sense, Susan. Some of this makes sense. I didn't tell you stop paying $300 for dates. I said, if you think $300 for a date is okay, then you ought to think $300 for something that's going to bless you is also okay. That's the line I'm drawing. I didn't say one was bad, one was good. I'm trying to tell you, if this is good, then this ought to be good. You ought to bet on yourself. I'm going to show you one more thing.
Antonio.
Yes, ma'am. No, yeah, go ahead.
It never made sense to me to go out and have a big heavy meal and be sitting there uncomfortable and full and tired and everything else when you're on a date.
That's fair.
To me, I think you just should go get a drink and dance and things like that, because that's lively and energetic. And of course, doesn't cost all that money, but all that heavy food, you know, all you want to do is go home. And if you do something afterwards, you're all bloated and everything else. So what's the point? You have to suck your stomach in.
That makes sense.
Dinner part, you're really not in your best physical self at that point.
Right. You're not even getting to know the person.
Drink and dance, things like that. You are one way or another, whatever you decide to do afterwards.
No, I agree. I mean, you know, the whole goal is to get to know the person. Right. Not to use a restaurant as a distraction of getting to know the person.
Yeah, that's I would always have a stomach ache. I have to go into the bathroom and keep massaging my stomach and trying to feel better before I could even have a conversation.
Yep.
You know, so I never wanted the big heavy food. So guys out there, don't waste your money for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons. For a lot of reasons, for sure. Now, does Kim deserve a $500 meal and a vacation and all that stuff I see on Instagram? Sure she does. You know what I'm saying? Sure you do.
I'll take the vacation. I don't need the food.
Well, fair enough then. Until you get the vacation, that's a vacation with your with
there you go.
You understand? Yeah, that's when that's when the balcony become more than the balcony.
Okay.
Y'all grown. You know what I'm talking about. You can get that innuendo. You understand? You understand? So should that happen for her? Of course. But I'm telling Kim that okay, Tara, I'm telling Kim that you still want to do it with a man that by the time you get off the vacation, I can say, here's this security from the Smith clan that ain't got nothing to do with the government. That just sounds like sense to me. If you can't, if Margie can't find security in her union, Margie shouldn't be in no union. Is that making sense? All right, so I got 10 something minutes. I want to play something real quick. I wanted to save it to the end. I only wanted the people who's going to stay to the end to do it. I designed by purpose. This is one of the classes in the $547 program. It's called How to Multiply My Money. No doubt you're going to see it and you're going to say, wow, that's worth everything. But that's not my intention here. There's no doubt that's going to happen, but that's not my intention here. My intention here is twofolded or bifurcated. Bifurcation number one. Another way it says two ends of the spectrum. Same side of two sides of the same coin. Right? All those things are the same thing. Bifurcation number one here is I want you to see. I've been saying this for a long time, Kim. And I want you to, that's the first thing I want you to see is I ain't changed. And the stuff I've been saying, I've been applying. That's why I keep growing. That's so number one thing I want you to see. The number two thing I want you to see is I want you to see the importance of vehicles and not you. That's what's important. Because if your business is predicated around you, you're going to stay in the middle class. That's actually self-employed. That's that doctor Robert Kiyosaki was talking about, making over $1 million, paying $750,000. If you pay $750,000 in taxes, you are a true patriot. Forget the military. You are a true patriot. Do you hear me?
Oh, you stupid.
That too for sure. But genuinely, I want to do this, and I'm gonna do like a 3-minute summation, and I'm done. But I want you to see this, and I want you to, I don't know, get happy or mad. That is up to you. I have no quarrel with how you are going to perceive this.
What you need to do is produce income
which is separate from mostly what you have been doing. I want to explain. Let's borrow from Robert Kiyosaki real quick. In fact, let me just do this real quick. Produce and don't trade time for money. Okay? Time for money. The next thing.
Please write this down. Produce income. Don't trade time for money. I didn't just come here, Tatiana, to just talk. That's not what I was. No, that's not what I'm doing. Produce income. Don't trade time for money. I'm gonna pause it every time I need you to write something down.
Is find a proper vehicle.
Obviously, I want you to write it down. That's what the whole day was about. Find your proper vehicle. The person doing gardening, that's a vehicle. But it doesn't yield as much money as the person making airplanes. That's a vehicle. You got to choose your right vehicle.
You will not be able to produce income without, say with me real quick. You will not be able to produce income without a vehicle. But we're going to put this around.
Please write that down. Wealthy people generate or produce income, but they do not produce income without a vehicle. If you are your vehicle, you're not a vehicle. If your coaching and consulting is you, that's not a vehicle. Phil and Susan teach, that's a vehicle. That's their up and coming learning management system. You understand what I'm saying? That's a vehicle. Phil and Susan are not a vehicle. They're humans.
Right.
Phil and Susan teach is going to work while they sleep. Can you let me look at your faces real quick. Can you understand the difference between a vehicle and humans?
Yes.
Those are two different things.
Yes.
Phil and Susan, yes, sir.
Just letting you know that I'd like to get screen sharing for like half a minute before the call is over. You decide whenever.
You can do it. Give me about 2 minutes or so.
Okay, awesome.
I got you. I just made it you. Just did that for you right now. And I keep forgetting to do it every time. So you're supposed to have it every time you jump on. Just send me a private message when you don't. Because it's since I'm the host, I forget. Grace don't ever forget. You need a vehicle.
Let me tell you what is not producing income. Being self-employed.
That's what I was just explaining.
Anything over here, this is Robert Kiyosaki cash flow quadrant. The E and the S, come zoom in. E, S. This is not producing income. I'm going to explain to you gently but forcefully of what's not producing income. Anybody that if you are attracted to me, if you responded to one of my ads, if you follow my teaching and learn something, there is a 98% chance you're not producing income because I only target people who are not producing income. If you're producing income, you're not necessarily my target audience. Okay? Let me explain.
Now, if you're producing income and want to produce more income, you come back to being my target audience.
Not producing income. Anything self-employed. So what is self-employed? A self-employed person is an expert in their field. But if you remove them, no more income.
All right, get ready in about 3 minutes, Ibrahim. This is what I'm saying here. Write this down. If you're the smartest person in the room, and you are, and if you know more than anybody else, and you do, you're probably not producing income. Smart people are employees or self-employed. Smart people work for C students. The smartest people in the room the most educated people in the room, typically own a practice.
Mm-hmm.
Doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, move them from the practice. What they got? Nothing. This is not about being smart. This is about leveraging people who want to be smart. If you missed that, that's one of the biggest secrets. I shouldn't even be allowed. I'm surprised the men in black ain't just walk in here and take me away from just saying that. I'm shocked. Yeah, I'm leveraging people who want to be smart. I'm shocked the men in black didn't just walk in here.
That's self-employed. If you are the face of your company, you're probably not self-employed. Keep in mind, while I am the face of my company, I am not my company.
That's a good time for you right there, Ibrahim. While I'm the face of my company, I am not my company. Come on, Ibrahim. Let's talk. So I'm getting ready to wrap this up.
Okay. So I wasn't on that specific call where Antonio offered my service to use the written word to blow up your brand. And I'm happy that it was full, and it's genuinely full. So I wasn't faking it. We cannot just take any more people, but I still wanted to show how the progress is going with the people. So I will just share my screen here. So as you can see right here, it says Queen Talk. So that is Chiquita's column. She is an expert columnist for Gold's magazine now. And it literally says like Queen Talk, that's going to be her. It's a brand consistent column, taking control of your brand. So here she's educating people. And you can see that it's not one of those short articles we used to do. It's like literally long form. This is the kind of content that you can go to Forbes magazine's editors with. You can be like, hey, this is my track record. I'm an expert columnist who's written this many articles for this magazine, this many articles for this magazine. I want to get into Forbes. So this is the kind of work we're doing with her. You can see it starts with like right here. It says, this article is written by Chiquita. And as you start going down, like it's a brief overview, examples of uncontrolled personal brands, how to take control of your brand. And then here it goes over multiple things. And repainting a larger, hold on, where was it specifically I wanted to point out? Yeah, so here, repaint a larger than life character. Here, they're talking about how you can use your personality and make it an aspect of your brand. And guess who gets a highlight? You can build an entire brand around your sense of humor, like my friends, Phil and Sorrentino, the humor consultants who have worked with Fortune 500 companies. Suddenly, like her written word is also giving them credibility, and their written word is going to bring credibility to another person. I want to do this like cross-networking, cross-pollination of lending credibility to each other. As you can see, create a digital clone of yourself, and then about the author. This is where we just pump her brand up with several challenges akin to redlining, keeping female entrepreneurs of color out of the successful boys club. Darnell broke through with her unique strategies, value-driven business consulting practice. Ever since she met her personal professional milestones, she's been helping others. So it's all about, and then towards the end, you can see again, she's the founder of the Black Chic Mogul Society for Ambitious Women, the host of a top 3 show on Mexit News. Now, Antonio, I don't care if her show drops to 10. At one point, it was in the top 3.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
So at one point, it was in the top 3. And then the highest grossing brand ambassador of the Dollar Bra Club. It doesn't matter that she's the only brand ambassador, because she's still, she is technically the highest grossing. So you have to use the written word. You have to be factual and then blow up their brand. Another column we managed to place was, so this was in the Goals magazine. I want to show the effect of what we're doing with the Goals magazine. Antonio, remember I said with Mexit News, I said that you make your keyword Mexit News something so Googleable that if people Google it, you're at the top. And once you achieve that, then all you got to do is put Mexit News everywhere so people have a reason to Google that, right? So if you look up Mexit News, now, of course, given that it's a very like Mexico is there, then you've got Megan and so on, Mexico News, and so many other ways that you're competing with. Now, but still, you're on the first page, right? It took you like 7 months, but you're on the first page, right under the news articles. Okay, so guess what? If you Google Black Chic Mogul, first result Pinterest, second result an article about Chiquita right here. So she can literally just put these 3 words. She can literally put these 3 words on shirts, behind her, like in the show, everywhere. Just people getting curious, like, what is the Black Chic Mogul? And then they search it, boom, her story, placing her perfectly, positioning her properly right on the first page and as this like second result on Google. So this is what we mean by blowing up a personal brand with the written word. And then we placed a column, Tyrell's column here, and his column is Voice of the Veterans. So it's actually interesting stuff. You should probably read. It's called, so the first episode, the first in this series is Deployed and Deported. So it covers some veterans who actually served the country. Then later on, it turned out that they were illegal immigrants, quote unquote, because they grew up here. They didn't know they were illegal. And they got deported back to Mexico, a country they just hadn't seen in their whole life. So it's about that. And again, so it's not that Tyrell is selling his services. It's like he is explaining an issue. He's positioning himself properly. And then towards the end, when it comes no better at home, now it transitions into his service. He's assisting veterans at home in the country, right? So it's like while we defend and deport in a terrible way, while defend and deport is a terrible way to manage veterans who could not manage to get legal citizenship despite growing up here, defend and ignore hurts worse. So they're not deported, they're at home, but they're ignored. So again, he is the voice of the veterans, which really perfectly places him to make his sales. Here and towards the end, again, he's got his About the Author, an organization dedicated to assisting veterans and increasing their VA disability rating and so on. So these are the 2. We've got 2 more left because we had a place for 3. And then I had 1 day off for myself. And then Chiquita just slid in my inbox and she's like, hey, I'd like that as well. So I carved some of my weekend time and placed her. So we're going to have like 4 people. We're just going to blow up their brands. This is just step 1. We're going to build their content roster. Then we're going to use different written word forums like Reddit and Quora to bring traffic back to these amazing pieces. And once everything is set, we're going to approach Forbes, Entrepreneur, Inc. magazine, and so on. Thank you for allowing me to share this update. Anyone who wants to do the same thing can do it on their own. I physically cannot do it, but you too can start approaching places to guest post, start building.
Uh-oh, he got disconnected. We'll wait till he come back, but start building, because here's the deal. Yes, clap. All those people can get even more exposure.
Way to go, GG.
All those people get even more exposure because Mexit News, right?
Yeah.
Mexit News is always looking for content, especially content that's going to help the middle class. So should it fit, now you get more followers to your brand by, right, that partnership, that relationship. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to fast forward just a tad because I've got stuff to do. And I would love to do my very best to wake you up as much as possible, but let's just go here.
You said, what vehicle will produce hard assets that will create me cash flow?
By someone else with your voice or your face, can you acknowledge to me that you heard what she just repeated? Okay, thank you, Susan. I'm glad I'm looking over there. Good job. Now, let's talk. Okay, I hear someone unmuted. So we're going to erase this. Now we're only left with two options. Okay? Now we're only left with two options. And what I want all of you to do, hold on, whatever. What I'm going to want all of you to
hold on real quick. Let me let Ibrahim finish closing out. Let Ibrahim. All right, go ahead, Ibrahim. You can finish closing that out.
Yeah, so I just wanted to share the update. And I also wanted to tell people that on this call, when we say something is limited, it genuinely is. Like, I literally cannot, as much interest that I'm getting now, I literally cannot take one more person. So with Antonio's offer as well, like, just take advantage of it while it is time, because later, if you approach people, you're genuinely going to find that there's no more room.
That's right. And the price is going to always go up. Always go up. So let's just this is one point I'm making here, and I want you to catch.
Is focus on here. Business investor. So let's try this again. Where should I put my money? That's not the right question. It's not that it's a bad question. The question will lead you somewhere, but I need you to, I don't think, where should I put my money?
All right, everybody. Antonio does not think where he should put his money. This is the point, and then I'm going to close this out. Please listen.
Money. Because you can put your money anywhere. You understand? But when you start asking about vehicles, that narrows it down significantly. Because some of you are going to put your money in your cousin. Nobody, listen to me, nobody on planet Earth that is in the top 1% invest in people. Nobody. Write that down.
Where's my microphone? You write that down. You do not invest. God damn it. Hold on. Let me just. Nobody invests in people. That is a poor and middle class thinking. And you better not invest in Antonio. Kim, you better not invest in me. Nobody invests in people. Listen to me. I know that sounds contradictory, but that's kind of the point. Success has a language, and you don't necessarily speak it. Don't you ever invest in me, Dolores. That's dumb. Nobody who wants to make money invests in people. Nobody. Listen.
Nobody in the top 1% on planet Earth invests in people. Nobody. Nobody. Because angel investors do not invest in people. Every last one of them invest in vehicles. Every last one.
Now I'm gonna let you go watch the rest of that, to go catch the rest of that, but let me help you. If you want to become a household name brand that creates emotional responses to have people crying over you, you need to go to Gary Vee. There's no better marketing vehicle than VaynerMedia. I dare you show me one. I dare you show me one. There is not a better marketing vehicle than VaynerMedia. VaynerMedia did this commercial. I am now wrapping up. What's my man? I got it. I get chills thinking about this commercial. I don't even have, you know what? Don't take my word. This is VaynerMedia. Kim, if you want this, you need to go to VaynerMedia.
Thank you for everything you've done in my career. I have no idea who's coming. Like, literally, no idea. Hello.
Hi, Dwayne. Hello.
Hello. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good, and yourself? It's been about 12 years since I last seen you. I come from an area where not too many people make it.
It was always my dream that I'd get the chance to go to college, but we just didn't have the money.
You mean so much to us, and my brother Joaquin loved you from the beginning. He passed away in Parkland on February 14th. He was one of the 17 victims.
10 days before Christmas, our house burned down and we lost everything. It was one of the lowest points in my life.
Hey, Dwight.
How you doing, Mom?
You were the joy of my life, but I was dropping the ball. That day that I just couldn't do it no more was the day that I was gonna have to turn myself in. And I seen the tears just fall from your eyes. Your mama went down a road, Dwayne, that I didn't ever think I'd come back from. But on that road, I noticed you kept showing up and you'll come and see about me. And Dwayne, because you believe in me. When I got out of prison, I was a different woman.
We received a phone call. Would you mind if Dwayne Wade take you and the family on a shopping spree? It just meant the world to me that you were there for us at this time. And
Thank you.
you became our hero.
A lot of the words that you said hit a spark and kind of changed where I was going.
Without you and your full tuition scholarship, none of this would have been possible.
You're not Wade, the basketball player, the legend. You're the human being that took the time and on his own wrote my brother's name on his shoe, and you cared.
When you bought your mama that church, you don't even understand the lives that you changed. So I don't have a jersey, but I brought you this.
I don't have a jersey to trade with you, but I definitely have this, the blazer that I wore to my first job interview.
My cap and gown from graduation.
This is important because Joaquin wore this in his last championship. My family wanted you to have it.
Please don't forget my brother, Akeem. Having you as a role model has made all the difference.
One of the special robes that you gave me, purple symbolized royalty, and you are royal in everybody's life that you've touched.
You completely changed the course of my life.
I know my brother is with you always.
It wouldn't have been possible to be here if it wasn't for you.
I am more proud of the man you have become than the basketball player. You are bigger than basketball.
Only Gary V can take a beer commercial and make it a Hallmark movie. The Hallmark Channel. What's the other one you women watch? Lifetime. Lifetime. That was a Lifetime movie. It was a damn beer commercial. So you want marketing? Antonio can't do that. We do marketing. Don't get it twisted. I can never do it like Gary V. If you want to make $3 million from one presentation at a conference of 30,000 people, that's not me. Only Grant Cardone can pull it. Russell Brunson, and he can only pull it off at Grant Cardone. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
That's not me. But there is nobody on planet Earth that teaches people better and makes more unearned income money than me consistently. That's what I do. Don't invest in me. You invest in my vehicle that consistently says, this is how you get unearned income. You want to sit back, Jerome? That's unearned income. I can't make you cry like Gary Vee just did. Getting $3 million from a platform of 30,000 people, that's probably not going to happen. But I guarantee you.
I'm sorry, but you do make me cry.
Well, fair enough.
Appreciate that.
But I guarantee you, if you want unearned income and to move from where you are to the top 1%, I'm your guy. That's what I do.
I'm going to cry when I'm in the top 1%.
That's it. That's what I do because I came from a trash can. I came from the only way I was going to eat was to learn how to make money. And the only way I was going to stay out of the trash can was learn how to keep making money when I wasn't making money. That's what I'm about. When I die, say that about me. Anything else? That's extra. You say about me, he taught me how to take my life back. This ain't about money. I don't care nothing about money. This is about getting it without earning it. Because that's what they're doing to you. And it's damn sure time you do it back to them. That's why I tell you, steal from me. I'm telling you, curate my content. Reteach what I just taught so you can get paid without doing all the hours of research I had to do. I freely say it every chance I get. Don't invest in me. The moment my vehicle starts slipping, Dolores, go. But it ain't slipping. It just keeps getting better and better and better. Now ask yourself, is 547 worth my vehicle? If it's not, don't do it. Is $100,000 worth my vehicle? If it's not, don't do it. Is a free morning call that sometimes goes over time, is it worth my vehicle? If it's not, don't do it. But I guarantee you this, if you ain't got nobody else's vehicle to go to, God didn't answer your prayers and you tripping. It's that simple. I don't, as long as I'm living, Phil and Susan ain't gonna never get no paycheck from me. But they will get a whole lot of profit share they ain't got to count in their taxes. That ain't got nothing to do with me. IRS, I'm the one who said that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say that, you know, because it's not taxed as income. If you close to me, the last thing you want from me is a paycheck. My oldest son is 13 years old. I have never claimed him on my income tax. Never. I've never claimed my kids on my income tax.
Hey, Bishop?
Yes, sir.
I just want to say this quick thing.
You good?
I asked Renee back in 2020. I came in, 2021. Whenever I came in, I was asking her to come in. And she was denying it. So when she finally came in, she had blew up. So if she didn't, and it wasn't just because of her, it was because of you, give the credit to you and God, don't want to be spiritual, but give that credit. And now look what she's doing. I told her yesterday, look what you're doing because you joined in. You were skeptical, but you joined in, and now you almost here a year with ATS, and look what you're doing.
Look what you're doing.
Powerful.
That's powerful. Leaders make other leaders. I'm not here to keep you sheep. I'm here to make you my business partner. I've never claimed my son on my income tax because he's 13, he'll be 14 on Halloween. And I've got 2 other kids behind. I've never been able to claim any of my kids in income taxes. What does that mean? That means for 13 plus years, I've made too much tax-free dollars. And ain't a CPA in the world can swindle around me getting the tax return off a child income credit or whatever it's called. I have never had the joy of getting the earned income child tax credit thingy that y'all get. Never. I've had in my 40-year experience, whatever from 18 now, I ain't never claimed no child on my taxes. And I ain't started having kids now, I'm like 27 or something. Think about this. What a good life. Because you can keep that child earned tax credit thingy. I can't even say what it is. Because I don't want it. Now, will I take it? Sure I would. But not at this level. You crazy as hell. If I got to change, get paid every day on money I ain't earned from a garden I ain't never seen, to get $2,500 off 3 kids, you crazy. I don't know how to switch that over. 2,500 3 times. 7,500. You keep that. You keep that all day. You keep that all day. I'd rather 7,500 a day. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I do. That's my vehicle. My vehicle says, do this and never have to get paid for it because you're getting paid in all these other places. Do that. The very last thing I show you, and I'm just gonna we're gonna look at it together. Because that's why I always share my screen, Jerome, because I ain't got nothing to hide. I got it or I don't, Jerome. You hear me? I ain't got nothing to hide. I got it or I don't. I don't know too many people just go around just sharing their screen with y'all the way I do, whole back office. Look, here it is, right here. I just went, y'all see it, right? Red circle. We're gonna come on down. It's the 4th day of the year. Of the month. 10.4 thousand downloads. Last month, 68,000, which means I'm on track to go grab that.
Yeah, that downward thing is just because this isn't 30 days yet. So
That's
it
right.
will just keep popping up all the way until it's the month end. But yeah, 10,000 in 4 days.
4 days. And look, in September, just a few months ago, it was at 30,000. So what happened? Look, what happened? I said, ooh, 50. Okay, then I said, this is what I did. Cracked it. I said, no, what I did to do that. And then I failed, and I failed, and then I stopped failing. And then I stopped failing.
But Antonio, in content creation, they say that there will be peaks and troughs, there will be highs and lows. But your next low should not be lower than your previous low. So as I'm seeing, from 30 you go to 50, that's fine. Then you come to 44, then you come to 38. That's all good because you're not going back to 30. And then you're all the way up to then you're all the way up to 68. So next time you just gotta avoid going to 38. Your next low should be less than 38, and you're 1/3 the way there. 4 days into the month. So yeah, man, you're doing good. Obviously, you don't need to hear that.
Appreciate you.
Some people do.
No doubt. And I think it's important to process this. That let me show you one more time. I think it's important to process this because here's my new prices. Price went up. If you want $18, $25, $18. It's my price club. And here's the crazy part, Dolores. Red Circle, while it's my main podcasting platform, it is not my main podcasting market for advertisement. That's AdvertiseCast. So what you're looking at is the 3rd platform that pays me advertising. Is what I just showed you. I can genuinely ride into the sunset off my podcast alone. Can I tell you what happened to make my podcast grow up? This what happened. Joe Rogan what happened. When Joe Rogan sold for $200 million, Joe Rogan showed me my podcast worth $200 million. Don't miss it.
It's like Jordan commercial for athletes.
Yo, as soon as he sold for $200 million, it stretched my brain till it can't unstretch back. I need 200 million for my podcast. Do you understand? So guess what I got to do, Dolores? Whatever he doing, I got to figure it out. And so I start figuring it out. And my numbers double. And I'm going to make these numbers double every month. We'll make these numbers double every month. So what do I need to do? Attach Mexit News to podcast. Make sure I change the show notes. You see the podcast and you see Mexit News. Take all that traffic and have them go to Mexit News. Now I'm getting paid twice from my throat and from my ads on Mexit News.
And your average, your 4-day average is projecting a 77,000 downloads. So you really are surpassing 68,000 this month.
There you go. Really are surpassing. All I'm trying to do is tell you, I specialize in unearned income. Because I'm smart? No. Because I ain't never going back to that trash can again. That trash can is a blessing to me because it scares the hell out of me. And I do everything I can never to go back. That's why I'm gifted in what I do. Because without the trash can, I wouldn't be able to do this. That's got nothing to do with ATS. Everything you just heard about, saw about, has nothing to do with you paying $547. I get that per episode on my podcast. Please live your life that way. And if you want to learn how, join the thingy. If you don't, go do the Russell Brunson. And if you don't, go take Kanochen with Phil and Susan. I don't really have any more options. I only know those 3. Oh, you know what? Use Ibrahim to blow you up. But there you go. I have 4 options for you. I ain't got nothing else. It's not in my sphere of influence. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not in my sphere of influence. That's all I got. Please, on this Friday, with time's well spent, Tatiana, as you disconnect, I'm gonna need you to disconnect and know that somebody got your dreams in their pocket. It's called money. And if you want to live your dreams, your financing is in their pocket. And I'm gonna need you to go get that. God is not passing out blessings the way y'all keep making God pass out blessings. God does all blessings through people. So stop making some metaphorical God that's going to just put mailbox money in your mailbox. Nope, God is still using people. And all miracles come through people. And those people got money in their pocket, and it belongs to you if you serve them enough. And anybody telling you different is a liar. They are. You guys got to keep it real. All your blessings is coming through other people's pockets. So you better start being a servant fast. The way it works. I'm sorry. Keep praying to God. God is going to say, I heard you. I put it in Phil's pocket, but you didn't go get it. That's how it works. It don't work no other way. Your breakthrough is in someone else's pocket. You better start learning how to go get it. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you all so much. We will see you next week, Monday. And Kim, I like your hat. It's good to have you around. Love you, everybody. All right.
I love you. Thank you.
We'll see y'all. We'll see Stradivari.